Welcome home. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Sunday, April 23rd. It's 12:22 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Sorry for the mess in the background. I'm cleaning the closet. All right, it's an interesting day here in the Bitcoin and crypto universe. Let's rock through it real quick and see what's going on. All right, so with that said, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Buy me a coffee if you so desire. Check out the Bitcoin Daily View YouTube. I mean, you're probably watching it, but one thing you might want to do is hit subscribe, give it a like, give it a comment, any comment. It actually really does truly help it get out there a bit. All right, looking at the volume for Bitcoin today, it's about what you would expect. Bitcoin's been declining in price a little bit last day or so, and we're looking at a total volume of 2.8 billion for trading volume. That's 24 hours for Bitcoin. That's very, very low, and I'm going to give that a good. It kind of just makes sense. People are sort of asleep this weekend. Bitcoin's not too perky. The top 100 are not too perky right now, so people are just chilling. I like to see that because that means people are not getting wrecked, trying too hard. But with that said, they kind of are actually. Last hour seen 10 million in wrecks, or let's just say liquidations. Last 24 hours though, 56 million. That's really good. If you're below 100 million, that's kind of good. People aren't trying to long and short too hard, and or there isn't volatility in the market, which is wrecking legitimate sane longs and shorts. So anyway, 9.89 billion, million in liquidations last hour is kind of a lot, but overall last 24 hours people aren't trying too hard. So looking at the last, this is 15-minute chart. So as you can see, I could switch like hourly, but 15 minutes, as you can see, we've just been ever since, let's see, this would be, yeah, this would be, this goes back to, oh yeah, 15 minutes. So if we just go to, this is the 23rd. So yeah, if we just go back, we're 23rd. Just go back like, see if this will refresh here. Go back like, 24 hours or so in the 15-minute chart. I know I'm asking a lot of this little thing here. A 15-minute chart's not the best one to be looking at here. But anyway, as you can see, let me just switch to hourly. Hopefully it will render back quickly enough. 1 hour. Well, don't worry about it. I guess I'm kind of wasting time here. But basically, as you can see, we've been dumping. Sorry, it's not doing what I wanted to do. Anyway, like I said, on a good note with Bitcoin on the hourly chart, as you can see, since about 1 a.m., it's just been kind of cruising down. You kind of see a BART pattern there, sort of. But anyway, let's keep on rocking. Looking at longs versus shorts. 64% long, 35% shorts. Definitely a long bias right now. So with this low volume and Bitcoin just slowly declining, maybe finding support here. We'll look at a better chart for that. But in general, there you go. People aren't trying too hard. So sorry, sometimes when I hit the camera, I just get extraordinarily tired. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, long 64%, short 35%. Bitcoin declining in volume over this weekend. It is Sunday, and let's see if we've maybe found a sideways. We'll look at the chart, a better chart than this, but there you go. Looking at the crypto universe in squares, it's pretty much a red day today. Looking at the spot trading pair volume on the big exchanges across the top 20, they're all in the red. It's just basically not much trading volume going on for spot trading. That makes sense. Leveraged longs and shorts, basically derivatives. 30 billion on Binance, down 17% last 24 hours. 50 billion would be very slight. So this is really, really very little leverage going on. And as you can see, the bias right now is 64% long. So like I say, Bitcoin's been trending down the last couple hours pretty good, maybe finding support here. That is, if we look here on the hourly chart, let's actually pull in, I should use my better chart, and we will, but just real quick, let's just see how this renders here. Yeah, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart here. We are kind of we have found a place of previous support and resistance here. So be a logical place to balance. It definitely has given a lot back. We're hanging out, at like 27,464. That's quite a ways down from 30K that we were at recently. So anyway, maybe this is maybe we found a spot to balance. It would be a logical spot. Definitely looking at this 4-hour chart and going back a ways, you would hope to bounce here, and it looks like we very well may. I've got a better chart on the way forward here that we can look at. But anyway, looking at the top 100. Let me nix that. Looking at the top 100 here, we're coming in at 20. Refresh. Looking at the top 100, we're coming in at 27,478. And for some reason, this is not loading for me. We'll give it a sec here, but basically most of the the top 100 are in the red, I think, except for RDX. Radix was in the green. Here, while it refreshes, if it ever does, we will go here. And this is a daily chart for Bitcoin. One big deal right now is the MACD is negative on the daily. That's never too spiffy. So, definitely want to watch for this daily tangent to turn up. I mean, definitely Bitcoin has given a lot back recently. On the daily chart, you can see it very clearly here. This is a nice fib sequence that I think fits pretty darn well here on the daily. And Bitcoin, peaked out at around 30K plus, and now boom, it's given a lot back. But if we look, I have this kind of gray box here between the 236 and the .382 fib level. It's a legit place to go sideways. And honestly, if you look at it, we were kind of ranging right here between the 236 and the 382 for a while. We didn't know that was going to be the 236 and the 382 until we kind of pumped and then came back down. But now we're back in that sideways range. We're back, if I was to do array here, horizontal array, let's just kind of go right in the middle of all this. Boom, yeah, there we go. We're bouncing at a legitimate, spot for support and resistance. Bitcoin's definitely given a lot back. People are not longing. There's not many derivatives, longs and shorts with leverage on Binance, and what we do have is lending towards longs. So there you go. Let's see if if this has refreshed here. No, it's just not going to do it for us today. So we'll try one more time. Well, anyway, even though it's not showing it, the top 100 in general are in the red. So sorry, guys, if it's a little bit low energy today. That's just kind of how it goes. So Bitcoin is sideways. That's why I kind of picked this title here, Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Back in 1834, this was written. This is quite the interesting little poem here. Actually, kind of a long poem. It's kind of a story, but basically, the crux of it is, the water is still. There's no wind. The ship is stuck in the ocean, and all the sailors are slowly dying because somebody killed an albatross. And now they hung it around his neck, and everyone just waits to die, but he survives. So anyway, here's the deal. We got still water. Bitcoin's been dumping. It's not very cheery, but I do think that we're going to see some wind in the sails and some direction start pretty soon. And that will probably come Monday. It looks like it's bouncing at a legit place. This is definitely a nice burnout. It's given a lot back. I'm definitely going to watch the daily chart here and watch for this daily MACD tangent turn up. I mean, as soon as that happens, I think it's going to be a good day. Once that tangent goes, then it's going to be set. Definitely, Bitcoin has given a lot back, so probably enough back. So anyway, we're back in this sideways range we were in. Good place to be. I will admit, I really don't like playing around between the 236 and the 382, nor the 382 or in the I should say basically this zone here. To me, in general, it's just something I found over time, and your results may vary. I don't like this zone at all. I don't like between the top and the 236 and the 382. It's just a dead zone. Not much happens there. I don't like it. I'd rather wait for Bitcoin to come down, or something come down to that 5 and do a bounce, or even go down to the 618 golden pocket and do a bounce, or even go down to the 786 and do a bounce. Those are levels to me that really make things happen. Up here, between the 236 and the 382, unless we get a continuation that's pretty strong, and it continues going, breaks back above that all-time high or recent high, it's probably just gonna fiddle around and just in general not do much of anything as far as big gains. But I will say, if you're playing this range, if I kind of zero in on this range a little bit, let me try to go to a 4-hour chart here. All right. From that 4-hour perspective, if we really kind of drill down on this thing, and do note here on the 4-hour, the MACD is now positive. That's very powerful for immediate MACD direction. 2 hours is great. I love it. 2 hours shows we pumped. Now we're kind of going sideways. It makes sense. Don't have much volume, but we are positive on the MACD. On the daily, I'm sorry, on the 2-hour, somewhat positive. Some sideways action going on. 4-hour, definitely positive on that MACD. And as you can see in the 4-hour, we definitely dumped down way into the below the heartbeat there, the middle, and now we're positive on the MACD. So that's pretty slick. I like this 4-hour MACD. I like with this ray that I did here, which shows previous support and resistance. I like that. Makes sense where we're bouncing. Very, very low volume. Let's see what happens. The 4 hours below the 200 moving average. That's kind of weak. I'd rather see it above that. How's the hourly chart look? Hourly chart's above the 200. That's not very good. 45-minute chart below the 200. For very immediate price action, I love the 45-minute chart. I might put an alert in and wait and watch for the hourly and the 45-minute to get back above that 200 moving average. I think when that happens, then we see a daily tangent turn positive, which I kind of think will happen Monday. Then we're going to see some possibly a nice run. Like I say, if we look back to the 4-hour chart here, I in general like what I'm seeing. This, we're back in a pretty solid range. I don't like where it's at in the Fib sequence, but that's all right. This definitely does possibly, I think, really set up for kind of a continuation. And if we actually did something like that, I think it would be very powerful. But right now we're stuck in this range. And the thing is, though, if you start playing this range, this has really been choppy. This would be, in my opinion, really hard to be like on the 4-hour chart here. This would be very hard to be scalping, basically, top and bottom of this range, be kind of hard to play. So let's see how the week progresses. Let's see if this came back. Nope, still don't have it. Top 100 are not coming up, but like I say, they're all in the red as far as I remember. So I'll check out, I think it was like RDX. Was that it? Radix? It's called Radix. I think it was Radix. XRD. I think this one was doing pretty good. How's that one look? Yeah. Nice daily chart here on KuCoin. It must be new to the exchange. Let's try. Oh, it's not on Binance. Interesting. Okay, so a crazy KuCoin. Here's one to watch. Let's go to a 45-minute chart. I like it. Yeah, look at that. It's been cruising. It's doing well. Popping back up, challenging that 200 moving average. So let's go to an hourly chart. That's 2 hours. Right? Look at that. It's kind of you might. Well, I like watching for W's. Sometimes W's can equal wins. You're sorry about that. You're kind of seeing a W here. Kind of invalidated though, but we'll see what happens. This guy is riding this 200 definitely. If this guy got some velocity, I'm going to play with the MACD today, mainly because I have to renew my trading view, which is kind of lame, and I will, by golly, this coming week. The MACD is negative, but watch this one, XRD Radix. If it actually can if it can follow this W pattern and find some traction on the 200 moving average, this would be pretty powerful, because if we got another run, let's say to that where's that ray, horizontal ray, let's just look. We'll look at this one. We'll get rid of those wicks and just kind of what kind of a play could that be? if this thing started running, what could we see from there? Whoa, it's like 40%. That's one to watch. There's not much in the way. You do have right down here. Could be a first resistance kind of, but that's like 16%. So anyway, this one's doing good today when the rest of the market's not doing so well. I love that it held the 200 moving average there on the hourly chart. Let's look on the 45-minute chart. How did it do? It's still trying pretty hard to keep it. You can even kind of see that W pattern there. Can we make that happen? The MACD on the 45-minute chart is beginning to turn around. So let's watch this one. It's interesting. XRD, Radix. This is definitely one I'll be watching for Monday. I think it could definitely make a little bit of a run. And with Bitcoin so weak right now, XRD, BTC, where can you play that? Well, Bittrex is not really there for US users anymore. We could look at, just for fun, that on spot. Yeah. Kind of exciting. Maybe not too excited about it. Anyway, everybody, thanks for being here today. Sorry if I'm a little bit low energy. I just am today. Sorry. Anyway, but like I say, Bitcoin's back in a powerful sideways range. It's at a place where I think we definitely could see support. It could start moving back up. Market's kind of crappy, volume's very low, but we are definitely set up for a Monday run, I think. But be watchful with this low volume. It's definitely a manipulator's heaven. So watch out. Just be ready. Play it as your trading methodology, would dictate. But we're back sideways again. Let's see if we pump or dump. The volume is low enough that we definitely could see a dump. It's also low enough that we could definitely see a pump. A big one for me, or I'll make my move as far as long or short, would not so much be the 4-hour 200 moving average here, but I would look at the, let's say, the hourly. I'm going to watch and put an alert in for Bitcoin hitting that 200 moving average on the hourly chart, and I think that's going to truly be it. Also, that's when we're going to know something's going on. Also, I'm going to put in I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put an alert in for breaking this 236 fib level. As you can see, it definitely can hang out and do that all day. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do anything. But looking at other indicators, etc., I'm going to be watching the 236, which is right around like 28,290. So basically like 28,300. I'll put an alert in there. I'll put an alert in for the 200 moving average on the hourly chart, and just kind of see what happens come Monday. Definitely, if we get some volume, I definitely could see Bitcoin pump a few percent. And if you do know, we kind of have an interesting, this is kind of a BART pattern, sort of, but it's not exactly, because sometimes they definitely dump further than they would have to really be a BART pattern. I've noticed it either goes truly straight up and straight down. If you get some angle, if you get some, if it's slow on the way down, usually I've noticed it continues down further than you would have expected. So anyway, enough babbling from me. There you go. Let's see what happens. Monday's coming. Watch for those markets to open along the way, and let's see what Bitcoin does. With the alts low, alts dumped a lot, low trading volume on spot for alts and Bitcoin. I think if we turn up at all, this could be a great week for alt trades. Could be an easy week for some gains on Bitcoin. Let's just see what happens. Let me know anyway. Like, share, subscribe, and just for fun, do you think, even if you just comment with long or short, what are you looking at for Monday Bitcoin? Are you looking at long or are you looking at short? It's all you got to comment and do that, and it will help you all go this thing. Take care.